Alright guys, let's learn about how to prune tomatoes. First thing you need to do when you're pruning tomatoes is you have to identify where the head of the plant is, because it is paramount that you do not remove the head of the plant. If you remove the head of the plant, that is going to cut the apical growing point and it is no longer going to grow vertical. Your plant is going to become bushy and wide. Once your plant head is established on your tomato plant, you can then begin to move downward on the plant from the top and remove any suckers, which is basically a head that appears between the main stem of your tomato plant and a branch. And a sucker is going to look like that. This is pretty big. The longer that you leave these suckers on your plant, what it's going to do is this is going to get bigger and bigger and it's going to waste energy. And that energy could be used to grow the plant taller, create more leaves to photosynthesize, have the plant be bigger, and thusly have bigger and more fruit. So the bigger that your suckers are when you remove them, the more energy you've lost. So the idea for this when you're suckering is you want to remove the suckers as quickly as possible. At the earlier stages of the pruning process on our tomato plants, we're also going to remove any flowering heads, which looks like this, because we don't want the plants to flower yet until the plant is at least 2 to 3 feet tall, maybe even 4 feet tall. Then we'll let the first set of flowers on the plant and we'll let the plant begin to produce fruit. But right now we want just leaves, stems. We want vegetative growth for our plants, not reproductive growth. This suckering process is going to be weekly. Every single week we're going to come back in and we're going to prune these plants all the way out through the vegetative stage of the plant's life, even into the reproductive stage, all the way up until the very, very end when we're ready for the plants to basically die. So we're going to establish on this plant where the head is. It's here. So I'm going to remove the first sucker at the top, the flower set, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to remove every sucker that I find between the main stem and a branch. So main stem, branch, that means this right here, this is a sucker. So main stem, branch, this is a head between a main stem and a branch, that's a sucker, 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 sucker. Look at this one, this is a big one. And that plant is done. So first thing we do, establish, this is the head of the plant, so we do not touch this. This is very important to preserve. Go down, remove the flower stem. This between the main stem and the branch is a sucker, so we remove that. If it doesn't break on the first snap, bend to one side, then bend to the other. Usually it should come off in one snap. And let's go down the plant, removing any and all suckers that you find. If you do a lot of this, your fingers are going to turn black, and that's the solanin, which is the fluids that moves inside of the plant in the phloem. That is going to stain your fingers and make it smell like tomatoes. End of the plant, flowers, sucker, 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 sucker.